to see if this stops.
Okay.
No, it's still going. Okay, go. Which pretty much nope, it stopped. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 27 of Why Would You Show Me This? I'm Will.
And I'm Dani.
And as you can see, we're got a little bit more definition here in the video version, so hopefully you guys enjoy that, seeing us a little bit better than normal. But we are still going on with our David Lynch marathon of all the films that Dani has not seen that David Lynch has made. And the third Lynch film of the marathon is Wild at Heart. And Wild at Heart stars Nicolas Cage and Laura Dern as
Lovers.
Lovesick.
Yeah, I would say lovesick. That's
Fucked up
good.
people a little bit.
Yeah.
But we'll get into the synopsis. Hit the road with David Lynch and prepare to be shocked, says Box Office. This flamboyantly violent and erotic, from The Village Voice, tale of love on the run stars Nicolas Cage, Laura Dern, Willem Dafoe, Crispin Glover, and Diane Ladd, and takes you on a twisted roller coaster ride to redemption through an American Gothic Heart of Darkness variety.
Is that all quoted?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Winner of the prestigious Palme d'Or, I don't fucking know, guys. But that award at Cannes International Film Festival. Wild at Heart is a sexy, surreal bonfire of a movie. Rolling Stone, more quotes. Lots and lots of quotes in this synopsis for Wild at Heart.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I don't know. I don't know if I liked it or not.
Yeah.
There was a lot.
There's a good amount of stuff in there, yeah.
It weirdly reminds me of Lost Highway. In its shockingness.
Huh. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Can you elaborate?
A lot of the music I feel is kind of similar too.
There's a lot of rock. Yeah, there's a lot of rock going on in both.
Well, there's a lot of rock, and then there's a lot of old 50s music.
Well, that's, yeah.
I know, but it's like, it's always the two
mixed.
in his movies.
Yeah. Especially for these two. I mean, these are his two films that he made in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So, his two 90s films.
I can never buy Nicolas Cage as, like, sexy. It's just not how I can really view him after I've seen the goofy shit that he's done in so many movies. It's really
even
hard.
a younger Nicolas Cage
doesn't
get you a little turned on?
Mm-mm.
No? Big old hairy chest?
No, he just reminds me of a more serious Ross.
What?
Like, his look, I mean.
Uh-huh.
Like, I feel like if you put David Schwimmer in the same room as Nicolas Cage, it would be a little weird. Because I think they look similar.
I always thought the more similar is Nicolas Cage and Tom Green. If you put their pictures close together, I feel like they both have very similar facial features.
I don't know.
No?
No.
Okay. All right. Well.
But he acts like a goof in this too, although he is a little bit more serious.
I mean, he's a little serious. This Nick gets to do his Elvis.
Yeah.
He gets to be Elvis for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Basically, and I'm sure he loved doing that.
Yeah. In a snakeskin jacket.
The snakeskin jacket, my favorite thing about the whole movie. Probably my favorite quote in the whole movie.
Yep.
It's my snakeskin jacket. And it's a symbol of my personal freedom. Oh, no, a symbol of my individuality and my personal freedom.
My belief in
personal freedom. Yes,
yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I always forget a little bit of that quote. No, I love that quote. I love this movie. It's David Lynch at his most romantic.
I guess.
I would totally say that. One of the most romantic things I think Lynch has ever made.
I don't think I've ever watched something of Lynch's and went, that's romantic.
What about Big Ed and
Okay, maybe in Twin Peaks.
Yes.
I feel that's different.
How is it different?
Because he had to be a little bit more restrained because it was TV. I don't feel like they let him.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that I think we're coming to find out is that Twin Peaks is David Lynch, but it's very different from people that only know him from Twin Peaks.
It is, yeah.
Dani was first introduced to him through Twin Peaks, I think, right? Or did you see any of his films beforehand?
I saw Mulholland Drive.
Yeah. But you don't like Mulholland Drive.
Not very much, no.
But you say that there is a difference between Lynch in Twin Peaks and Lynch's filmography.
Yeah, I would say so.
What is that? What is it that you think is different?
Like I said, he can't be as shocking sometimes as he wants to be.
There's a lot of shocking moments in Twin Peaks.
I would hazard to say that there's more shocking moments in his filmography than Twin Peaks.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I think the only thing different in Twin Peaks is that he couldn't do nudity and he couldn't do like really graphic violence.
Which I'm sure he wanted to do because he did in this, and
yes, there is only graphic violence.
Only
in this.
Only in certain moments. They occur in
yeah.
Like, it's not throughout the film.
No, it's not violence. No, it's not.
I do notice that he likes to put blondes in peril.
Sure.
That's something he definitely likes to do.
Women in peril in general.
Which kind of reminds me of Hitchcock.
Yeah, a little.
Bit.
Little.
I think even Hitchcock was quoted saying that blondes make the perfect victims. And you can quote me in the comment, or you can correct me in the comments, but I'm pretty sure he said something like that.
I'm not sure.
But that is something that I notice a lot in his films, is that women are always in some sort of danger.
Sure.
And it doesn't seem like they are maybe relatively good at standing up for themselves.
Depends. I think it depends. I mean, there's a good amount, like Blue Velvet and this.
She doesn't really stand up for herself in this.
That's what I'm saying. That they don't.
Mm-hmm.
But go to Lost Highway, and
the roles are reversed in Lost Highway.
Yeah. So it depends. I think it depends. I think
Well, fine. He does it more often than not.
Sure.
If that's really if you really want to split hairs.
Okay. But we still aren't really talking about the film itself.
We were.
We're talking about the characters more than anything. So the romance didn't really work for you.
No.
And why not?
Because I don't think romance can occur in a relationship so fucked up. I just don't.
Well, I mean, it's two fucked up people that are together, yeah.
I don't even think that the reasons that they're together are good.
Sure.
Does he protect her? Yeah, but does he take good care of her? No. I mean, the fact that these two people, and here's the thing, I asked you how old is she, and it's even established in the film. She's 20.
Yeah.
It's never established how old Nicolas Cage is, but I'm guessing that he's
in between 20
older.
and 30, I would assume.
Well, he talks about working with her dad when
Yeah.
she was younger, so I'm guessing he's more older than that. Maybe 10 years older.
I think he may be in his later 20s, yeah.
Yeah. And I don't get romance from their relationship. He seems a lot older than her. There's somewhere I was going with that. Well, her mom is really against the relationship, right?
Yes.
And she's insane.
Yeah, she's insane. She's involved with the mob in some way.
Right.
Sailor, Nicolas Cage's character, has seen something he's not supposed to see.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's why. She's also weirdly attracted to him. And there's a lot that goes into why she doesn't want them to be together.
Right. Oh, the thing that I was going to say is, and this is farther in the movie, but we'll come back to it, but there's a moment where she throws up. We don't see it.
Yes.
But she throws up in the room and she doesn't make it to the bathroom.
Yes.
Right? And she throws up on the floor.
Uh-huh.
Neither of them clean it up.
It's
And then
never shown that they don't or do clean it
They
up.
don't, because they proceed...
They constantly talk about the smell.
They proceed to talk about how much it stinks.
Yes.
And they also keep going back to the puddle of vomit, which is accumulating flies and whatnot.
That's only one shot. I don't remember them going back to it.
But here's my thing. If they cleaned it, they wouldn't complain about it. So I think it just shows I think that is a weird example of them just being completely inept at taking care of each other and taking care of themselves.
You could say that for sure. Yeah.
Well, then of course I called it where I was like, oh, she's pregnant. She's got to say this baby. Knew that was gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
Because I was just like, of course you guys aren't gonna be safe. Why the hell would that happen?
Exactly. So basically there is a very heavy Wizard of Oz theme that goes on throughout this film. What were your thoughts on that, if any? If you could even understand why they were here.
I couldn't, and I didn't fucking care. I know that's terrible, but like the more references, like especially, and like I said, we're going a little bit farther in the movie again. Where there's especially like traumatic moment with Laura Dern, and then after that she has red shoes on and she clicks her heels. I'm just like, I fucking hate this. Yes. No, I just didn't like it. No, I don't like it. I don't like those moments. Yeah, there's a lot of and that's why I guess maybe it kind of reminds me of Lost Highway. There's moments of Lost Highway I like, but I didn't like everything about that. There were moments I liked, but as a whole I probably didn't like it. Yeah. And I probably feel the same. The ending saved it for me though, because I thought it was gonna end a certain way, and I was like,
there's a little fake out right there at the end.
It's fucking bullshit. I thought it was gonna end one way, and it didn't end that way, which is good, but we'll get to that because I feel like there's more to kind of touch on before we get there.
Okay.
There's a lot of people in this, and I find it funny that they say in the description in the back, it's like starring these people, and a lot of these people have like one scene.
Yeah, it's
like, like a cameo, if you really want to be honest. Like they're in it for a scene, a character.
Yes.
And then that's it, and then you don't see them after that. So like Crispin Glover is in it, like literally, I think for a scene. Yes. And that's about... I mean, it's great. It's great Crispin Glover at his most Crispin Glovery.
It's a perfect role for Crispin Glover, for sure.
If you like Crispin Glover shrieking, as he often does, he does in this as well, and he does a great job.
He plays Del, who is Lula's... Not Uncle Del, no. Lula's, I believe, cousin or nephew, something like that.
Something.
And he is obsessed with Christmas. Mm-hmm. And even when Christmas is not here, he's very upset that Christmas is not here. Yes. And he likes to put cockroaches on his butt.
Oh my god. You could have left that out.
That makes people want to see it more. Oh, but yeah, so that was like one of your favorite parts of the movie.
It was really funny.
Yeah. It's a great scene.
I like Lynch when he tries to be... I shouldn't say tries to be. I like Lynch when he's funny. Yeah. Because when he does comedy, he does it really well, I feel like. And I want just a movie of that, truthfully.
Well, it's funny that you bring that up. Wild at Heart is infamous for having lots of cut footage.
Oh, okay.
Same as like a lot of Lynch's films, a lot of long cut footage. Like I believe that there is about 40 to 45 minutes of cut footage from this film. Okay. If not more. Lynch had a box set called the Lime Green box set at one point in time.
I'm surprised you don't have it.
It was sold out before I could even get it, and it's super expensive now. But luckily, I was able to find the special features online, and I have those cutscenes from Wild at Heart. I have not watched them yet.
Okay.
I will be doing that after this podcast, just to see the cut footage from it. And I wonder if Del has more footage, truthfully.
That would be great. I'd be very happy with that.
It would be awesome. But yeah, he does that with a lot of his films. The infamous missing pieces from Fire Walk With Me, which is on the DVD set back here that I have. Lots of interesting things that just don't particularly work in the film that Lynch eventually put out. Same with Blue Velvet. Blue Velvet has a lot of deleted scenes.
Just a lot of deleted scenes because I feel like that one clip that we have of David Lynch where what does he say? Who cares how fucking long a scene is?
Oh yeah, in the return behind the
Yes.
scene documentaries, him being upset that people are trying to tell him to have a scene a certain length in time.
I don't know why you would even try to do that at that point. After if he's doing the return, I feel like you're just gonna have to let him do what he wants to do. You know what I mean?
I mean, at this point in David's career,
at this point, he's earned it, right? I mean,
would say
especially
so.
after Dune and all of the stuff he's.
We don't talk about Dune.
I'm sorry. I know, but I mean, I just feel like I don't know why anybody would try to even give him advice at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't ask me.
But the one thing I kind of appreciate though is they're very determined to do what they want to do.
Yes, they are, and the way that they want to do it.
Yeah, and I like that. I like that they like to dance a bunch.
Yep.
Like
To fucking metal, which is one of the funniest things to me about this movie. I think it adds to why I like it so much is that Lynch uses so much metal in it.
I think also part of the reason I had a very hard time finding them romantic is they have a lot of very weird idiosyncrasies between the two of them. But one that I particularly do not understand is her having him recount other women that he has had sex with.
Oh yeah, take a bite of this peach.
Yeah, and she gets
turned on by
that,
yeah.
and that I do not understand.
She's an abused woman. She was raped by her uncle when she was 13.
Yeah.
I could see her being weird sexually. Like, I understand. It makes sense to me.
It was just weird for me. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Especially because he's not possessive of her. He's very protective. Like,
very protective.
Like when a guy in the club danced up on her and stuff. And nicely, he gave him a chance to apologize. He was a gentleman
about it.
He did.
Yeah, for sure.
He gave the guy a chance to apologize for dancing on his girl, and he refused, Yeah. So Nicolas Cage punched him. But
then he apologized.
But yeah, my question is would she not do the same thing as some woman was dancing up on Nicolas Cage? We
don't know.
I know, right?
We don't know.
I would like to see that dynamic.
Well, it's not in the movie. Maybe it's in the deleted scenes when we watch them.
I feel like, and I'm not saying David is misogynistic against women at all. I'm not saying that. But he does seem to stick to the trope of woman goes through a horrible traumatic thing and thus becomes stronger by it. But there's not a whole lot I feel of she's just strong. She didn't have to go through a traumatic thing to be strong. She just is strong. I don't see a lot of that, and that bums me out.
Sure, but as any person, I think whether you're man or woman or whatever you identify as, going through trials and tribulations is what makes you strong.
Yes, and it's not like I don't identify with that. But I would like to see, because he has a lot of dominant, strong male characters who are just that way, and there's not a whole lot explained as to why they're that way. They are just that way. So that's my argument.
Blue Velvet, I don't think Jeffrey is very strong. I think he's
very confused.
He's a confused teenager.
But he's a teenager, and that makes sense. I guess you could even argue that Bill Pullman's character in Lost Highway is a little bit like that too. He's unsure of himself, although he does seem to try to seem like he's together and confident.
Sure. I mean, he's a musician, so...
But by the end of that movie, he is definitely not.
No.
I like that about that movie.
Yeah.
Because it turns the dynamic on its head.
Yeah. I mean,
But my other... Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But my other problem is that she's strong... because she even says, you'll never have me, or whatever. But she's also then written to be extremely cruel. So, yeah, why?
Well, I mean, if you want to hear us talk about Lost Highway, you can go over there and talk about that, and I'll explain why I feel
I feel
that
like
way about her turn in that
I
movie.
feel like this all ties together, though. I feel like I that's what I'm just discovering through these movies. Is I'm just a little bummed out by that. I don't feel like they're strong on their just on their own. They're strong because they've had shitty things happen to them, usually by men.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I'm not saying it reflects real life. I understand that, but I would just like to see it. I would just like to see a strong woman character be that just because, even without a backstory or some reason or whatever, just because.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't see that a lot in these. But that's just my critique.
I mean, I'll give it to you. I mean, I agree with you.
I'm not saying Laura Dern's character isn't strong in this, because she is.
Yeah.
But again, she fits that trope of.
I mean, she raised their son for 6 years on her own, so
that's true.
That's pretty strong.
Though
it is after things that happened to her, but
yes. And it's nice to see that by that point she's also like not living with her mother, which I very much
very abusive mother.
I very much thought she would be.
No.
So I'm glad that she is.
Her mother is very distraught that she's not living with her.
Their mother's a wreck.
Yeah. Diane Ladd, I don't know if she got anything for this film, but she really should have, because she really great performance of just insane woman, insane mother.
Oh, yes.
It's awesome. I mean, everybody is great in this movie. Truthfully, I mean, Harry Dean Stanton, David Patrick Kelly, Grace Zribski, Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, Willem Dafoe.
Isabella Rossellini.
Willem Dafoe plays a really good creep, and I'm sure that surprises nobody.
Yeah. Also, I believe it. I don't know. It seems like he was like fashioned after John Waters.
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, he's got the mustache, and John used to kind of have his hair back a little bit, with a little down the end there.
I don't see it.
Okay, maybe it's just me.
Because his teeth really just kill it.
Well, I mean, it's not all John Waters.
John Waters is not the only person to have that mustache ever. Like, we just call that the John Waters, but it's called a pencil mustache.
I mean, I understand that he didn't just invent that mustache.
Okay, I'm just saying.
It reminded me of him.
No,
and I know that this film was made after David and John had met.
Okay.
So maybe meeting John gave David an idea for a character, at least in hair and mustache.
It's a very unflattering character, but
yes.
I understand.
John would love that, though.
That's true. That's true.
Another quick little thing. So this film was made during Twin Peaks season 2. The ABC made them reveal who the killer was. Mm-hmm. David lost interest. He left, and he made Wild at Heart. So Wild at Heart is kind of the reason a lot of people didn't come back for Fire Walk with Me, because they were kind of angry that David just kind of left the production during season 2. But it's interesting considering there's a lot of people who were in Twin Peaks in Wild at Heart.
Yeah.
While we also have Harry Dean Stanton, who was in Fire Walk with Me. Sherilyn Finn has a little scene of her own.
Yeah, at the very end.
At the very end. Not at the very end. Sherilyn Finn, not Cheryl Lee.
Oh, sorry.
Sherilyn Finn has the car accident scene, which pretty much kind of is a point in the story where we know bad things are going to happen to Sailor and Lula now. Mm-hmm. And then we also have Cheryl Lee at the end playing the Good Witch.
Yes.
Because of all the Wizard of Oz stuff in the film.
She fits that role very well.
She very much does. And it's funny to look at the Return now, with her in this film, because in the Return, Laura is in that bubble, that gold orb.
Yes.
So it's a weird kind of, I don't know. Maybe there is a Lynch universe that kind of connects all of his things. A loose universe.
Well, I have heard that Blue Velvet, like, everybody thinks Blue Velvet's connected to Twin Peaks.
Yeah,
and that only makes sense if it was a prequel.
It makes a little sense for sure. Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah. So what is another favorite scene of yours from the film?
Oh Jesus! When Willem Dafoe dies.
Oh yeah,
that's
great
like
death.
One of the best things ever.
It's so good.
It is.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It's so good that it would have gotten an X rating if they kept it the way Lynch wanted it. He had to put in some smoke and also cut a frame or two out
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's much gorier.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
Because even when you see it in its goriness, you're
Yeah.
like, I feel like there was more than that.
Yeah, there was, for sure. Only in America. In the European versions, like if you buy the European DVD or whatever, it's fully uncut. You used to get the whole death scene for Willem Dafoe. Bobby Peru, his character.
I mean, should you try to describe how it happens or no?
No, just go watch it.
It just watch it. Or just look that part up.
Look that part. It's probably somewhere where you can watch it.
But it's ridiculous. Like, I have to ask, does he do that one part at the like the kill shot? Is that on purpose? Does he do that?
I don't believe so.
He's just.
I think it was an accident.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I can't tell if he like did that on purpose or what. I don't know. I don't even know how you would do that. Truthfully. Like, anyway, but it's well worth it, and and it's horrible, but it's so over the top that you really have to laugh at it.
Oh yeah, it's more funny than anything for sure.
That's David's humor. I feel.
Oh
like.
Yeah.
Doesn't look natural at all. It's great, right?
I told you, like, I was telling Dani because I think that you, while watching David's films, you're thinking too much in reality.
Probably.
Because David does not work in reality.
I know.
All of his films, every story that he comes up with is in some other place. It's not here. It's not the way that we are on Earth.
Although you say that, and our next one is Straight Story.
Our next film is Straight Story.
Which is funny you say that because that is the most like regular movie he's made.
But there are certain scenes where you're like, oh, it's a David Lynch film. Okay. Alright, this is a David Lynch movie.
Good.
Straight Story is a wonderful, very emotional film. It's unlike the rest of David's filmography. And I'm very excited to show that to you because I just want to see your reaction to it.
Do you think it's called Straight Story? Do you think he named it that?
I like to think that David, it's a joke.
Okay.
That he was like, I also, excuse me, I also am pretty sure that the script, he didn't write the script, somebody else did. The script already had a name when he read it.
Okay.
But I still think it's funny. I still like the idea that Dave was like, oh yeah, this is a funny little joke.
It is pretty funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I look forward to that, definitely. Because it's going to be different.
Yes.
These all have, I feel like these are all connected somehow. The ones that we've watched so far.
Sure. And I mean, there's strands you can connect for sure through all of them. What'd you think of Nicolas Cage's singing?
Oh, I could do without it. I mean, I applaud him for the effort.
Yeah.
But I don't really want to.
I love that he did all his own singing in this.
He'll do all his own everything.
He will.
If you let him.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I love that about him. That doesn't necessarily mean I want to sit there and listen to him sing, though. But I mean, I swear, David Lynch loves bad singing.
You could say that. I wouldn't call David's own singing the best singing.
No.
But it fits for the music that he does.
What's the name of the monkey?
Jack. Oh, Jack. Shit. I'm never gonna remember his name.
Oh no.
Yeah. The monkey's name is Jack.
Yes, and you have a record of him singing.
I do. Yes, I do. Because I needed it.
Because I needed David Lynch singing as a monkey.
Yes, I did.
On record. Or on
yes,
vinyl, I should say.
I did.
Yeah. Okay. I understand. I need weird things too.
Yep. We all need weird things. And I needed the Jack monkey singing record from David's short film on Netflix.
It's true. So should we rate it?
You have anything else to say about it?
Well, I don't want to give anything away.
We haven't this episode. We haven't really talked about a lot that happens in the movie. We kind of pinpointed some things. But I think that's the best thing because as much as we like to talk about these movies, we also want you guys to go watch them.
To go see them.
So we don't want to beat you over the head with what happens in them. So yeah, I mean, I guess unless there's something special that you wanted to say about it.
No.
I do have a few tidbits.
It doesn't end how you think it might.
It does not. One thing that I thought was very interesting that I looked at on IMDb. So the snakeskin jacket that Nick wears is his own. he talked to David about wearing it in the movie, and then at the end of filming, he actually gave that jacket to Laura Dern. So I thought that was a nice little...
I hope she puts it on every once in a while.
I hope that she still has it and she wears it every once in a while just to remember back in 1990 when they were making this.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it 89? I don't know. It was one of the two.
I thought it was 91. See,
It came out in 91, so they're probably shooting it in 90.
Oh well, there you go.
Yeah. All right. So what do you rate it?
I'll give it a 3.
Ooh, really?
Okay, maybe a 4 if you're gonna react like that.
Well, you gave Lost Highway a 5.
I enjoyed that a little bit more than this.
And you gave Blue Velvet a 6.
I also enjoyed that more than this.
Wow, but that's a lot less. A 3 is like you didn't like this really at all.
It was a little rough.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot for me. I don't feel like there was a lot for me to like. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. I'm just saying
a 3 says it's a bad movie.
No, it's in my. I didn't. I usually rate stuff based on enjoyability.
Yes,
and
I understand.
I didn't really enjoy it.
Okay.
That much.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
No, I feel like I broke your heart.
No, you didn't. It's okay.
I mean, no, I don't know. I would love to see people in the comments or women in the comments talk about if they think this movie is romantic or their relationship is romantic. Maybe I'm old fashioned. Maybe I'm old. I don't know. But I don't find that I did in the beginning. When he protects her, and even though he kind of goes overboard a little bit, in my opinion. Although
he was gonna kill them.
I understand.
He had a knife.
I know, but he broke his head open.
Yeah.
Like a coconut.
What do you think I would do if somebody was trying to stab both of us?
If you broke someone's head open that easily, I would be pretty freaked out. I'd be very grateful, but.
Dani doesn't know real love.
That's
why she doesn't understand this movie.
No, I just don't like violence in love, if that makes any sense. And I really hope it does. No, it's, I understand, he was gonna knife the shit out of them, I get it. But he didn't, hesitate at all. He just,
no.
I don't know.
All right, I would give it another 9 out of 10.
Yeah?
Yeah, I love this movie. Of course, I love it. I love it.
I'm glad. I'm sorry that I don't love it.
It's okay. You can not love it. It's fine. We're just seeing how much Lynch love you do have.
Yes, that's true.
All right, so we got a 4 out of 10 and a 9 out of 10. You should have known I was gonna give it something great. Wild at Heart. Go check it out. I think you should go watch it.
I think you should watch it too. I mean, if it's your thing, cool. If it's not, that's fine too.
So again, we are shooting in the future past, so our live stream for Spooky Buddies went fantastically.
Yes.
Joe was definitely there.
Yes, Joe was there.
And we had a great time.
Yes, we did.
So, we have 2 more films left for the Lynch Marathon.
You just did 4, but...
2.
There you go.
And anybody in the UK watching this, sorry.
No.
So we have Straight Story next, and then we are ending with the finale with Inland Empire.
Yes, that's quite the finale.
And that's really, really going to tell us if Dani likes David Lynch films or not.
That's true. I think so too.
So next 2 weeks, you got those guys. Straight Story is going to be real fun.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have our live streams every Saturday. Come join us if you have not.
They're a lot of fun.
Lots of fun. We watch a fun B movie most of the time, or a stupid movie or something.
Or a movie we love.
Or a movie we love.
Or all of them.
Or all of the above. Yes, or all of the above. And we watch them with you guys, and we talk to you and have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So please join us there, or join us on Mondays for our new episodes. We have some new stuff coming.
Yes.
Some
merch, possibly.
In terms of merch, some clothing.
Maybe. We're working on it.
That's not a maybe. We have it. We're just working on the best way to do it.
We're working on it.
So please look out for that at our social medias, WWYSMT Pod on both Instagram and Twitter. So yeah, check us out there. Follow us. Thanks for listening and watching as always.
Yeah, of course.
And we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.